Joe, no Gardner in the line?
No. Just going to DH McCann tonight and using my right-handed hitters for the most part against the Price.
What went into DHing McCann just today?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to catch him all three here. Murph has worked with Nuno his last two starts, worked the start against Tampa down there. So I figured it was a way to put them both in the lineup.
How much do you think that helps them, both of them, the comfortable nature of being the same guy every time out there?
Well, I think it helps them both a lot, probably. I always liked it when you had similar guys. You know, if you were catching once a week or once every 5 days, you had, the same guy because you can build off of it.
Anything new with Brendan Ryan?
No, he's playing tonight in Trenton.
I only got one mic. Sorry. Here you go, Anthony. You know what?
Joe, tonight's your 1,000th game as
Yeah.
Yankee manager. What do you make of that?
I don't know. It was kind of shocked me yesterday that I heard about it. That I'm fortunate and blessed is probably the best way to put it for me. I've been able to do what I love to do in a place that I love to be for a long time. And that's kind of what it says to me. Boy, you're working the mic today? Wow.
Oh, will you save anything from tonight? Is that like?
Yeah, maybe a lineup card. I wouldn't have if somebody wouldn't have put it in the notes, but now that it's in the notes, I should probably save a lineup card.
And are you a big saver of stuff too?
A few things I do save. There are certain milestones that you save, yeah. And football helmets.
Joe, has Nuno made any adjustments or tweaks that have made him more effective in the time that he's been with you? He talks about his velocity being up a little over the past year or two, but have you seen anything else?
To me, he's been pretty much the same guy, a guy that really mixes his pitches, throws anything at any time, works fast. So I really haven't seen a lot of changes in him. We haven't seen a ton of starts from him, so it's a pretty small sample, but he looks like the same guy to me.
Danny.
Joe, any thoughts of giving McCann a day just because of price? He's just the matchup is tough against the lefty.
Well, then I would have put another lefty in there, but if you recall, he had a pretty good day down in Tampa against him.
Meredith.
How many pitches do you think Vidal can give you at this point now?
85, 90, I think is safe.
Hokie. Sweeney.
This was once a place where managers weren't guaranteed to stay for
No.
1,000 games. When did you kind of feel like you were settled in, the job was going to be your own?
Oh, I don't know if you ever feel that because of the nature. I don't ever take anything for granted. I understand that I have a job to do and I have responsibilities, and I really try to focus day to day. I don't try to get caught up where I'm going to be next year, 5 years, 10 years. I've never done that. It's just not my personality, so that's worked well for me.
Sweeney.
Joe, just back to last night, what was your view on the ball that Gardner looked like he kind of was caught in between on?
Yeah, I didn't watch it on tape. We looked at it. We looked at each other like wondering, could he have caught it? And I have not watched it on tape. So it's something I probably need to look at.
You didn't talk to him about it?
No.
Andy, did you have a hand up?
Has Warren gotten to the point for you, or might be getting to the point for you, where you, because he's been kind of a revelation in that short relief role, you wouldn't want to look at him as a guy who, if a need arose, could do a lot of different things? Or is that versatility still part of what he brings you, or do you not want to?
I look at him as somewhat of our seventh inning guy, and a guy that I would use more than 3 outs. If you use him more than 3 outs, sometimes you have to give him a day off, sometimes you don't, depending on how many pitches he throws. But he's become very important to our bullpen, but I'm not afraid to still consider him a 2-inning guy.
Knock on wood, you wouldn't want this to happen, but if another opportunity ever opened up with a rotation, is he getting away from being a guy that you'd want to?
Yeah, well, we haven't pushed him, and it would take time to build him up. Yeah.
Andrew.
You quit already?
Relief came.
Joe, when you look at Tanaka, this point, what have you learned? And I kind of asked you this thing before, but what have you learned now? Now 5 or 6 starts in that you didn't know about him.
Well, I think probably the biggest thing that we've learned about Tanaka is he's going to find a way to get it done. No matter what his stuff is that day, or no matter what he goes through maybe early in a game, he's going to find a way to stick around and give you a good chance to win. And that's what I've seen from him so far.
Danny.
We just talked to him, and he said he thinks he's done so-so this year. Is that part of what makes him good? Is that that he's not satisfied with? I would imagine you might disagree with that assessment.
Yeah, well, I think that is. I think he expects an awful lot from himself. He kind of set a high standard for himself last year, and I don't know if he's comparing it to that, but I think he expects a lot from himself, and I think it's what really pushes him to be great.
How would you assess what he's done?
I think he's done pretty good. I think he's adjusted well, and I think he's pitched very good games for us.
Right across the aisle. Thanks.
When you say he has a way of getting it done, and he's going to get it done, what traits? What allows a guy to do that? Obviously, all guys want to get it done,
right,
regardless of their stuff. But what are the traits that make him able to do that?
I think it's being aware of what you have that day. Number one, I think it's being aware that you might have to make a change, the ability to make a change.